On this week's episode, we talk the new Hitman Game, RollerCoaster Tycoon World's early access release, and Hyper Light Drifter. Welcome to Video Games, eh? Hello everyone and welcome to Video Games, eh? The very Canadian podcast where we discuss some of the latest video game news, the games we've been playing recently, and some other video game related stuff. My name is Garrett May, and with me as always is my co-host, Josh Taylor. How are you doing today, Josh?
I'm doing great today, Garrett. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
That's good.
Had a great weekend. How about you?
My weekend was pretty good, man. You weren't there. But it was the King of the Cups tournament.
Okay. You had a tournament. Did you win?
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
No, I didn't win. I only made it to the second round of the playoffs. My worst showing ever.
Unacceptable.
I know.
Unacceptable. Just so you guys know, you can now find Video Games on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, and of course at yesguygaming.com, where you can also find plenty of video game reviews done by myself. So, however you're listening to this, check out our content, subscribe, all that great stuff. We greatly appreciate your support. All right, drop your buckets and gloves, bud. Let's meet at center ice for a good old scrap, eh? Let's get to it, bud.
Nice. Let's get started. What are we talking about first today?
I have got the topics.
All right.
And let me get them going. Okay. Whoa. First up. News topic. Donald Trump, you all know who that is. Donald Trump tweeted out a video, a fan-made video of Mass Effect edited, clips put together with some Trump voiceovers and some political voiceovers, with the elusive man talking. And Trump tweeted this out to people, but EA did everything they could to take it down. Citing the copyright claims, and the BioWare, a guy high up at BioWare, spoke out against it, said this is unacceptable, having our stuff used as, political propaganda.
Political satire, no doubt.
I just thought that was so funny because, I was reading through what it was saying, what was actually in the video. It was like the elusive man going, "It's the only thing standing in our way between pure destruction," or something like that. And I just thought, oh, Trump, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It's just hilarious.
That is hilarious, especially to us Canadians, where it's like we get all the American news, and
That's right.
To us it's pretty funny that he's even considered.
So for you Americans out there listening to this, if you think we don't know what's going on down there, we know.
Oh, we know exactly what's going on.
We know, and you're in a bit of a pickle, eh?
Oh, quite the pickle.
Just let us know if you need a hand. We'll send the good old boy Trudeau down there to sort things out, eh?
Oh, and we're all nice enough. You can come live with us. Sorry.
Just come up and stay for a while. Okay, news topic number 2. I wasn't
done talking about Mass Effect in that.
Oh, hit me with it.
I've never played Mass Effect, which is pretty blasphemous for a gamer and a sci-fi nerd.
I don't know if you get to continue to speak after you say something like that.
Yeah, right. But that said, I've been told it's a great game, and I don't like that BioWare and EA are all up in arms. Like, when your game is being used to create other creative content, whatever, you should allow it.
Well,
but,
I think they're okay with stuff like people doing reviews and making videos and stuff. But if it's involved in political stuff, you don't want to get mixed in with any of that crap.
Right. I guess fair. I'll allow it. EA.
Okay. Not that they care about what you have to say, because you didn't play their game.
That's right.
After this podcast is done, you got to go get Mass Effect and play it.
Yeah, but that's
ASAP.
Another 60 hours of my life.
Quit your job. Play a Mass Effect.
Man, I wish.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, number 2. Can I go on to number 2 now, or are you gonna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this one though. I didn't like it either.
Okay.
Uncharted 4 ending is apparently, according to the director, the creative director, is going to have people arguing. People divided.
Arguing.
Like a love-hate relationship with the ending of the game is how he described it.
So people will either like it or they'll hate it.
And they're discussing and arguing over maybe what happened or whether it's good or bad.
To me, there's a difference between arguing and like loving and hating it.
He used the words argument.
Huh. It could be like an ethical ending then. Not necessarily like...
Well, or maybe a cliffhanger ending where they don't make it clear what happens to Nathan Drake at the end.
Yeah, that would... See, I would be one of the haters on that
Like,
ending.
well, maybe he dies, maybe he doesn't die, and it's left kind of up in the air.
Don't say that, man.
Well,
I hope that's not true.
I
Knock
hope so
on wood.
too. I know, but that's where my mind went when it was like, people are going to be arguing over it. Well, what are we going to argue about?
Yeah.
Well, if Nathan did like a morally questionable thing, okay, whatever. I think it's going to be, is he dead or not?
Yeah. It could be is he dead or not. It could be like... You're right. It could be like the Inception thing with the totem, like the dreidel.
That's right. They just
Where
leave
people
it.
are arguing like, did it fall over? Did it not? Did it wobble? It could be like that, yeah. Did Nathan Drake really kill that guy?
I didn't like it because I was so looking forward to the game.
Dude, I never played the games because never had like a play system until I had just got this PS4.
Oh my god!
I know, man. But
enough
enough
out of
watched,
you.
I've
You're
watched
grounded,
all the
mister.
games as like supercut into movies on YouTube.
Okay, well that's okay. So you know the story.
So I know the stories and I know like the gameplay. It's like, and I've seen it. And my dad is a super fan of the Uncharted series. So.
Okay, but I've learned two things about you today, Josh, that I'm not happy about. You haven't played Mass Effect, and you haven't played Uncharted.
I know, man.
I don't know if we can be friends after this.
Like, what kind of gamer am I, apparently?
Like, what do you play?
Right, like, there's not many other
You
games.
haven't played any games. That's it. You just make them.
I just make games that are not based on those games at all, because I've never played those.
I get it. Okay, speaking of, well, we were talking about Division before and how we haven't heard anything about it. Apparently, there's a game-breaking bug in the Division.
Oh, good.
That after good news. That after players create a certain item, so they like craft a certain item themselves, the game locks them out of their account, and they can't
What?
play. They can't
Like,
play.
what?
I don't know. If you craft this certain item, you can't get back in.
Man, like, what? How does that happen?
I don't know. So weird. But apparently, the news is that it's going to be fixed in the next update. So update 1.1. It's only getting its first update.
Do we know how big that update's going to be? Like, is that just one of the many bug fixes, or is that like...
As far as I could tell, that was the major piece of the, and some other minor bug fixes, I'm sure, textures, whatever. But
Right.
this was the major like addition. They had to get this out because like you have people who bought the game who can't play because of a bug in your game, right?
Right. Well, okay, but I'm also looking forward to, like, I heard they were expanding the Dark Zone, and I'm just wondering if that's in this update, or is that not yet?
I don't know. I didn't look it up
Okay.
because I'll be honest, I didn't care.
Yeah, true. I don't own the Division yet, so it won't affect me yet.
I'd rather hate on them for having bugs than, compliment them for a good update.
Yeah.
How un-Canadian of me. I'm sorry, eh? My bad, Ubisoft.
Sorry, eh?
My bad. Okay. Now, to a segment we've made popular worldwide.
Worldwide
Worldwide acclaimed
favorite
segment.
segment.
What is EA screwing up this week?
And what have they screwed up this week, Garrett? Because go figure, it's another week and they've screwed up something else.
Okay, well,
And hang on, let's just also mention that they were a part of a piece of news earlier already in this show.
They were.
So this isn't like the first and only thing that they're involved in
That's
that we're
right.
not necessarily fans of.
Okay.
Like, this is funny.
But this is a little bit. It's not. They kind of screwed up.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
on the cover of UFC 2,
Yeah.
they've got Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey, two famous fighters. I think Ronda Rousey was undefeated maybe going into that.
Yeah, when
Both
she
of
did
them-
the cover,
both of
she
them-
was.
I don't follow the UFC, but acclaimed fighters, and they've both lost their first fights after being on the cover.
And that is the curse of the EA cover, and it's the same on like anything. You get MVP for your sport or whatever. You get on the EA cover, and then you immediately do terrible the next year. It's the curse. And I believe it has something to do with the EA company and corporate culture. And I believe that if they made better video games, that they would stop that curse as well.
You know
in
what?
one move.
You're right. It's totally EA's fault.
That's what it is, man.
EA, shame on you for making these
Shame.
people.
Shame on you, EA.
Your fault, EA. Quit screwing that up. Next cover of your game? Nothing.
Just put nobody. Put
Just-
some guy's random customize, create a character.
Put your CEO
Yeah,
on the front cover and really test the theory of the EA curse.
Maybe it works the opposite way, where if you're doing really bad already and you put yourself, so they should just put a big fat EA logo on it, and then it'll like flip around and they'll do really well. That probably is wrong.
Or they could just tank it.
Even more. Maybe then they can go bankrupt and another company can get all those licenses and stuff.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping indeed.
Okay.
Next.
On to another critically acclaimed segment that we've
Yes.
created. Totally unique to the show that nobody else does in any podcast in the world. Steam Picks of the Week.
That's true. We do listen to every video game podcast.
Every single one, and none of them do this. Can you believe none of them do Picks of the Week?
Picks of the week.
Like, it's such a basic thing. Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Brains before brawn.
No. I would
What?
argue,
What?
like last week with Age Before Beauty, you were right. But this week, I would argue that you're in better physical condition than I am.
Then you go first, smarty
Oh, okay.
pants.
Brains before brawn, then I will go first. What the heck is my pick?
Oh, see? So much for brains.
Oh, yeah. This one is fun. Okay. I haven't played it because it is just like new recently. It came out on April 1st. And for those of you wondering, today is April 2nd.
It's just a joke. It's an April Fool's
Actually, today is April 4th. When did that happen? There goes all that time.
You lost 2 days, bro.
Yeah. It's called Stickbold! A dodgeball adventure. The description on Steam says, Stickbold is a groovy 70s theme single and local multiplayer fantasy dodgeball game with intense, quirky arenas and chaos-inducing random events which change the outcome of each round. And I was watching like the trailer they have on Steam. Holy crap, does this look fun. It's a single-player and local multiplayer game. And I imagine playing this with like 3 of your buddies, so 4 of you, 2v2 or free-for-all, who knows, would just be a blast. Like you are hurling dodgeballs at each other. They're like exploding off of stuff. In one level, there's like a van. It's just you look like you're in the middle of a roundabout. And there's a van driving around. And then it seems to like, instead of staying on the road, it starts to crash through the arena. And
I looked at it too.
okay.
I had the exact same feeling. I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, like that.
The characters, that was kind of what did it for me. I was like, okay, dodgeball game, fun. Those are fun, just party games, whatever. Local multiplayer, anytime a game comes out and goes, hey, local multiplayer, I'm like, okay, yes. Like, I'm going to have my friends over and do something social and enjoy the game. Great.
And video games, because I still love video games.
Great. Good job. But then the characters that came out, it was like Bjorn, or is the blonde guy's name, or like, I was just like, oh, you've got me. Like, this is hilarious.
It's Bjorn and Jerome, I believe.
Jerome. You know, and then
Jerome has like an afro.
They like dive for the ball, pick it up, and just woo, just crush it at the other guys.
Yeah, it looks hilarious. Like I would consider buying this, and I think it's on sale. 20% off today. It's under $10 Canadian, actually, dude. I don't know. This might be. How fun would okay, I wish they had online multiplayer so that we could play and stay at our own homes.
Yeah, because, forget that hanging out in the actual same place thing.
Yeah, nobody has time.
Like, we don't even do the podcast in the same place. We don't even want to even be in each other's space. It's gross.
I know. You're like one subway ride away, and it's too far.
Too far. Never. I'll never see you again, man.
Never in my life. Not until I buy a car. So at least 10 years, I would say.
Even then, too much for gas, bro.
Well, it'll be a Tesla, or we'll all just be running on water, I hope, by then.
True. Okay, you gonna ask my pick, or I'm like,
yeah,
go
what's your
first.
pick?
That's what you gotta do. You gotta
I
segue
guess.
to the next one.
Segue then into your pick. What's your pick of the week, Garrett?
Okay, my pick is also a funny one.
Okay.
Tough week for Steam picks, I guess.
There was no
I gotta
exciting-
say, your Steam pick last week, great Steam pick last week.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. We'll get to
You
that
delivered.
in the second part of the
You
show.
delivered. My Steam pick, terrible last week. This week, probably terrible again. Probably gonna be
You don't
terrible.
know.
Okay, my pick this week is chicken. Chicken.
How's that spelt?
Chicken. It's spelled CHKN.
Roger
Chicken.
that.
Chicken. I don't know. And the Steam description says, "Behold, the miracle of life packed into cubes. Chicken is an open-world sandbox game where life itself is your strongest tool. Bring creatures to life by assembling them from body parts. With creative, adventure, and multiplayer modes, there is an abomination for everyone." And you got to go through the videos to really appreciate how weird and quirky this game is going to be. Because the first scene, you see this weird chicken abomination with like lizard legs and wings, like just creeping through. It's like, oh God, like it's kind of scary.
Oh my God, man!
And
I'm watching the video.
Yeah, I read a couple of the reviews, and they were like, "Yeah, this looked kind of like a fun Minecrafty style game." But when I got into it, it was kind of intense and scary. Like I went deep into this island. There were all these weird, messed up creatures, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Perfect! That's perfect! Exactly! Like awesome! Okay, great. Building game." But instead of building buildings, who wants to do that? Let's build these weird, messed up creatures.
Okay, but there's also the building buildings feature.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that, like that's still a thing.
Yeah, whatever. Good for them.
But that looks funny, man. That looks like, imagine that as an MMO, where anyone can create anything, and that's just your character.
You just go. You
Yeah.
just get dropped in.
That and balancing it would be tough so that everyone's equal. Like my monstrosity is as good as your monstrosity.
Yeah, like the 10-foot monster is just as good as that 1-foot tall monster.
Exactly. But my 1 foot tall monster is like really long and flat, like a snake.
The sound effects in this chicken were so funny. Like the mouth biting you was like just the sound of you eating your cereal in the morning. Like
it sounds like the guys
that's what it sounds like.
Sounds like the developers have just recorded their own sound effects.
I know, and it kind of that's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like I could have recorded the sounds just around the house.
That's funny. I did that once for a game I made for school.
You made your own sounds?
Yeah, I did like just a casual strumming on a guitar as the background noise, and it was like a match 3 Bejeweled style game, and I would say like, "Nice job, congratulations!" Like every time you got a match, it was like really lame, but it worked really well. I got a good mark and stuff.
So not only are you a game developer, you're also voice talent.
I'm also a sound engineer.
You're a sound engineer and one of the actors.
Yeah, and a voice actor. I'm worth a lot more money than
You're a triple threat. This show should pay you more.
Yes.
Okay, now on to our mid-show plug. Just a reminder that Video Games A is brought to you by Yes Guy Gaming. Check out Yes Guy Gaming's website or YouTube channel for video game reviews as well as every episode of Video Games, eh? So head over there, like, subscribe, share, do all that great stuff. We definitely appreciate it. Any and all support you guys can give us, we love it. We're so thankful. Thank you so much for watching the show. Anybody and all of you out there, we really appreciate it. Keep coming back for more Video Games A. And on that note, let's get back to the show, eh? Enough of that.
Wow.
Enough of that BS.
That was quick.
Oh, sorry. Did I take
No,
too
go
long?
on. No, go on.
Okay. So next segment. Not
Yeah.
really a segment. Josh, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, we're starting with me again. I get it. This
Brains
week
before
I
brawn,
played.
dude.
Yeah, this week I played a lot more Diablo 3, which we talked about enough, I would say, last week.
We discussed at length last week.
Yeah, but I am like way stronger now because of that cool reward system we talked about.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I'm
playing a game
only
and getting better at it. Way to go.
I know, right? Like more time, more skill. You know.
Like who knew?
So I'm better at Diablo 3, but I picked up the new Hitman game, like the first episode.
Right.
And I've just beaten it once. Like I killed them both one way. No, spoiler alert, like I killed them both.
Spoiler alert, it's Hitman. You killed a guy.
Yeah, like okay, I hope I didn't ruin it for anybody. But yeah, I did the training missions, which I think were pretty uniquely done. They were pretty fun.
Okay.
And then I did the first mission, which was fun. And I really like what they've done for replay value in this game. There's like a bunch of challenges and different ways that you can kill the people, right?
Right.
So it doesn't feel like there's just one like perfect way to kill them, and then there's all the other ways that are optional or whatever. There's just like probably 10 perfect ways to kill them. And then on top of that, you can also just go in and start shooting everyone if you want to.
So, like, is the game, is it fun enough, the controls, and does everything work well enough that you actually incentivize to go through and try each of these different ways? Or are you just going to put it down and wait for the next episode to come out?
No, I'm going to probably play it right through. Like, I'll beat it a bunch of ways. And once you kill the people, or once you finish your training, your tutorial levels, there's these, like, what do they call them? They're like random generated targets that will spawn in the mansion.
Oh, okay.
In the fashion show area or whatever. And so then there's like an infinite number of people then
Oh.
that you can try and kill.
Well-
I mean, those aren't necessarily going to be as fun and as scripted as the other ones,
Right.
but they'll still be like an interesting. You can drop this thing on their head, or you can get them to walk into this electrified puddle or whatever.
Well, that
So-
sounds actually really cool.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of ways you can play the game. Once you can beat it the main way like 10 times, and then you can beat it like the infinite ways, infinite times.
So in terms of content, there's actually not a ton there, but it's just the open-endedness and the variety of tactics they give you make it so that even repeating the same thing over again is different and unique every time.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I've already picked out the way I want to do it next time I play. So that's like, yeah, I agree. There's not a ton of content. There's only the one real map.
there's
and
one
the
mission.
training. Yeah, and the training, which
Okay,
are little
so
tiny missions.
how long does the training take you? Like, what's the hours on that?
Training took me an hour, but I'm the guy who will go slow.
Right.
If I get detected, I'm restarting from my last checkpoint.
So it's half an hour to an hour tutorial, and then how long did the main mission take you?
Another hour.
So wait, so it's like 11 hours of gameplay?
No, another hour. It's 2 hours.
I know, but it took you an hour.
Yeah.
Plus, you said you could do it 10 different ways. So say you
Oh,
do
yeah.
those
If we're
10
talking
different
about
ways,
that, yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah.
So that's 11 hours. But
Yeah.
this is a AAA full release, or is it just did you just pay the $20 for the little chunk?
I just bought like the first chapter for $20, $18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See-
but I'm now that I've bought one, I know I'm buying all of them now, and it's like, well,
Okay, so that's all that's out right now. But when you buy the full thing, you get that little chunk, but you also just automatically get whatever else comes out.
yeah, right. They just like automatically be installed or whatever when they release
Okay, I was immediately going to go off on this game,
for like the episodic release thing.
but now 11 hours, you pay $20.
I don't think it would be 11 hours just because you'd slowly
Okay.
get better and faster, but it's like
So let's
it's
say
more than 1 hour.
Let's say 7 to 10 hours
Yeah.
potential. You know,
Mhm.
it could be 2 to 10 hours if you're being a real Scrooge about it.
Mhm.
But you've got variety there in the gameplay for $20. Let's say you get 3 of those things that come out, then maybe a major update or DLC that adds, some multiplayer or challenges, a little bit more add on there. It could be a really awesome game.
Oh, they've already got some of those features, like the there's like a way. It's like a mission creator.
Okay.
I think that's what it looks like. I haven't had time to explore the feature,
Right.
but it looks like I can kind of place an NPC in the game and give him a path that he follows, and then publish that to their community and be like, other people try to kill my target that I've created for you.
Right. Okay.
So that would, I think, be really cool. Because I could have my guy just go sit in the bathroom forever and with 30 bodyguards.
you know what? I was initially a little bit worried about this game, about Hitman.
Mhm.
And kind of suspect is like this episodic stuff. What the heck is this?
Yeah.
But like what you're saying,
No, it's fun.
what you're
And
saying
I
is
like it.
is kind of massaging some of my worries about it.
Yeah.
Because like it looks like an awesome game. The graphics look awesome.
Yep.
Does it perform that
the
well?
graphics are so good that I had to run them on pretty low on my
okay. So
now
it's capable
old
of a
gaming
lot.
computer. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's
so
good.
okay. So would you think it's like if you had to, just based on this episode,
Mhm.
how good do you think Hitman is?
So I've played every Hitman game, but it's never been one of my favorite series. But
Okay.
I've always liked them. But Absolution, the last one,
Yeah.
wasn't that great to me.
Okay.
And I couldn't really pinpoint why, because to me they were all the same. Like I would do my stealthy walkthrough and or try to get undetected and play it and restart every time I got detected or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's never really been a different gameplay experience between the first early ones, which everyone loves, which are Blood Money and stuff, and Absolution.
So you're saying
And
they're
now
all
this
they're all
one-
this pretty much the same.
Yeah, to me. And I found this one was really enjoyable. Like the couple playthroughs I've done, or the one playthrough I've done, and the tutorials, it's like if you see some people talking or you overhear them, it's likely they're going to talk about something relevant or kind of funny, or like maybe you'll be able to pick up a tip on something, or
So like it's full, it's alive. This
yeah,
game.
like it's like everywhere you go, there's another way. You're like, oh wow, I could kill the guy probably this way somehow, or I could like.
So there could be more than 10, is what you're saying, though.
Yeah. That the 10 is only
It could be whatever number of ways.
Yeah, like the 10 is just the challenge ways, which are kind of the featured ones.
Oh, okay.
Which
but
I'm
there's
sure are
more.
the ones that like end in like a cinematic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's ways where you can just like get the guy alone somehow and then shoot him, or like
Right.
not have it be a cinematic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I'm sure there's a lot of ways to play this.
That's some
The
good
first-
feedback.
First level. Yeah, I liked it, man. I was home one day alone like this past week and was just like kind of bored of Diablo a little. Uh-oh. And
Told you.
I
told you.
And I knew I was buying Hyperlight Drifter, which I actually haven't had time to play yet. And then I also saw Hitman was there, and on Reddit I saw that the new Hitman got a release date, like the next episode,
Oh, when's it coming?
April 26th, I think. Right, like pretty soon. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I gotta play this one if the next one's like already coming out, kind of thing.
All right.
So I picked it up, played it. I guess I've beaten it once, like so I could technically be done.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I know what happens.
But you played for 2 hours. But you could be done.
Yeah, but I'm not. Like, I'm gonna go. I want to beat it the other many, many ways they have.
Right.
And when you like start your game, you start your mission, you get to like plan it out. And so the first time you play, it's kind of fixed. You haven't unlocked anything yet. But now that I've beaten it a certain way and like been to certain areas in the mansion, I've unlocked different starting points,
Oh.
different outfits I can start in, different gear I can start with.
Wow.
So yeah, so like for the first one, you start in a tuxedo at the main entrance, like with your ticket.
Right.
Classic, right? But now I can start in like the staging area with the like crew suit.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm already in disguise and in the mansion, and I can like work from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
So-
I totally know what you mean. That's
Yeah.
interesting to me because Hitman was a game that I looked at and I'm going, okay, I'm interested in this game. This game is interesting me. I'm intrigued, but I'm not sold. I'm not ready to commit. You know, there's other stuff that I kind of want to play, and it's not selling me enough that I want to just say, okay, I'm diving headfirst right into this because the episodic stuff, just kind of worried. But hearing you say that, now I'm going, well, okay, maybe this game has some actual, serious content that, and replay value it's going to allow you to get really invested into a game like this.
I agree. I think, yeah, that's was also my hesitation was, am I going to like enjoy this episodic thing? And is there going to be enough content per episode to warrant $20 or whatever?
Right.
And now that I've got it and I bit the bullet, it's like, yeah, this was fun. This is a good Hitman game.
Well, and you've played every Hitman, so for you it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to play this game.
Yeah.
Like you knew you were going to play the game.
Eventually. I just didn't know if I was going to be buying it as the episodes came out or just like later once I'd heard reviews of the whole game.
Right.
But I just had heard about the next one getting a release date and I got excited and I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy it.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been playing this week?
Great segue, Josh. You're the king. We talked about a lot of games last week. Unfortunately, I haven't been playing ukulele as much as I would like to be because that game's not out yet.
Yeah.
But what I have been playing are two of the games we talked about last week. I bought RollerCoaster Tycoon World, and I've been playing that. And I also bought and played and reviewed Hyperlight Drifter.
Okay.
Which was your Steam pick of last week.
Yeah. I'm
So-
excited to hear. I mean, I've watched your review, so I
Okay.
I kind of know what you think.
We'll put that on the back burner. We'll let that simmer for a bit. Let's talk about RollerCoaster Tycoon World because that's the one I played first.
Okay.
I
Can
told
I
you.
just say
Yeah.
that I heard only bad things since we talked about it. So go on.
Okay. So I told you I was like, I'm going to play this game for sure. I'm going to play it. So I bought it. I bought it that night. Played it a bit the next day. And I was like, my worry. We talked about this in the last episode. I said I don't get the early access. What is the point of the early access? What are you missing that you're going to need? And the answer really after I played is a lot.
Right.
There's a lot missing, and
That's what I heard.
Did they run out of money? Like I don't get it. Like it's $54 Canadian.
Yeah. Like what?
It's $54. I don't know. It's a weird number, but it's up there in terms of price
lot.
for games,
Yeah.
right? So you expect some, but it's early access, and you get in there, and it's okay. Everything's there, but
Yeah.
it's so lifeless. The AI, for one, is probably the biggest problem with the guests, and just the people in the game. The AI, they went for super complicated and trying to make them, do all the right things. I looked at some of the preview stuff and what they were talking about. They wanted to make them go after the rides that they wanted to go after.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. You got 10 rides in your park. All the lines, like the lines are the lines. Nobody, like, it's not like it means nothing.
What do you
they're
mean?
just wandering around. It's the same. You can't notice any difference.
Right, like the behavior is very different, but in the end, it's like the same.
It's the same. So you spent all this time working on the AI. It's a theme park. People wander around and go on the rides. Like, what a waste.
The first game had the AI the best.
Okay, and they tried to improve on that. I totally agree with you. So what this did was it added so many problems into the AI that they have to fix now.
Oh, God.
Which is so stupid to me.
Yeah. That doesn't sound fun.
So your guests go into the line, right? So I build a roller coaster.
Okay.
It's a pretty shit coaster because the new thing takes a bit to get used to, right? Because in the first game, you got used to, after you played a lot, how fast and what angles and stuff were going to be the right amount of speed for your guests to be okay with. The nausea and intensity.
This would be, you knew like this drop would be too much, but this drop's too subtle.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have no idea where that is in this game. And it's hard because with the controls for the rides, there's so many things you can change. It's so customizable, which in some ways is good. But you can twist the track sideways. You can twist the angle up and down.
Yeah.
You can twist the curve around. Like, so you can have it. So mine ended up looking
You're just
terrible. I think I'll if you're watching on YouTube, I think I'll be able to put some of the footage that I took up, and you'll see how crappy my roller coaster is. But it ended up just going in like hills. It looked like hills each track because I forgot to change the angle, so it's just like bloop bloop bloop. Anyway, so the ride ends up being super intense. Ultra nauseating.
Like no one's getting on this.
Not fun. Like too fun. 11 and 12 intensity and nausea. Like that. Great. This is great. People still go on the ride. The line's full. People still going on the ride. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. Charges money, whatever. I don't know the money. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. You're not an actual.
But in the line, the line's full. In the line, my coaster's going around. It's not full. I'm like, what the hell? Why is my coaster not full? My line is full of people, but the coaster is half full every time. So I go and I zoom right into my line because you can zoom right into the ground.
Right, because it's got that nice 3D.
Right. So I zoom right in. I'm looking right flush at my line. So I had it in a curve, in a queue line. So while trying to program, you know how when you're standing in a line in real life, you stand there and maybe you're not paying attention to the people moving ahead. And then there gets that little separation of like a couple of meters between you and the next person in line before you notice, and then you catch up to them. You do that. People do that sometimes.
That happens, yeah.
So
there's always that guy behind you who like says, "Hey, there's like you can move up."
So they've added that to the AI. What a waste! Or I don't know what they've done.
$30,000 development dollars.
I don't get it because these people. It's like one person goes, like and walks through the line, and then the person behind them is just like standing there, not moving.
That's odd.
For a good 10 seconds.
And does that happen with every person then?
It happens with a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes they go in groups, but a lot... I zoomed in, I was like, this is so stupid. And it was always happening at the same point. It was just weird. And then, what I thought was so funny, and you got to check it out. I'm going to put the clip in the thing. You got to check this out. After they come off the ride, because it's 11 and 12 nausea, right?
It's just awful.
It's just awful. It's ruin your life ride.
Yeah.
They get off, immediately vomit.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately off the line, bleh, right there. So there's everybody, like 90% of the people on the ride. So the path is covered in puke. You can't see the bottom of the path.
At all.
Right at the end, because it's full of puke. So I put a janitor station right there,
Yeah.
full of janitors.
Yeah.
And, okay, they get out and start to clean. I'm like, okay, they're going to take care of it. It's going to go. I come back after like 5 minutes. It's the same.
That's just because people keep getting off your ride.
They keep getting off the ride and puking. But then I went and I zoomed right in on the janitor. And he's like taking his sweet ass time mopping up this puke. It took him like 30 seconds to do one pile of vomit.
What?
And there's like hundreds of piles of vomit. I'm like, this is so, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You put hundreds of janitors there, take down the ride? Like, I was just so frustrated.
Man, it's such a bummer that it seems like they had that really good formula from the first 3 games, and they've kind of, I don't want to say it yet because it is still early access, but like screwed it up in a way.
Well, but they have screwed it up, and here's why they've screwed it up. Because you open early access, and all the hardcore fans, your hardcore fans want to play it right away.
Right away.
I wanted to play it right away.
Yeah, you're one of them.
So I get in there right away, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and then
Your early adopters of the game don't like it.
I know you can't have that with early access. With early access, you can't be like in a very working state of the game. It has to be like something that everyone goes, "Holy crap, this is going to be so sick when it's like finished."
Right. And
I
get in there and I'm going, okay, this game is weird and wonky now. It works. Don't get me wrong. It works. Yeah. I like what they've done in some areas. It works, but it's weird and wonky as hell.
That sucks.
So I go, okay, when this is finished, it's going to be good. Not as good as the old ones.
Right. Like, how much fun is the early ones? They're so fun.
They're so fun, man. Oh,
it seems like
that was my other gripe with the game. Is the funnest part of the first games was the variety of parks. Yeah, you have this basic game, it works well. But what are you going to do if the person's got to play Forest Frontiers the whole time?
Right.
They're going to get bored.
Yeah.
They had maybe, 50 parks scenarios you go through?
Yeah, you get,
And each take 3 or 4 hours to complete.
At least.
So there's hours of gameplay to finish the game. I've never finished RollerCoaster Tycoon Original.
Same. It's simply too many games. Like, too many maps.
There's too many, right? But I'm
sure
always interested to go back.
Yeah.
Because there's more. Here, there's none of that.
Oh, not yet, man. It's early access.
And I don't. Well, what are you going to fit? What are you going to add? It's going to be in early access for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because they're going to fix. They got to fix the AI. They got to fix. The ride mechanics. They're a bit wonky. They've got to fix. They've got to add more parks and scenarios. Like, just a disappointment. I just feel bad for them because it's like, you shouldn't have gone to early access, but you must have needed the money.
It seems like when people go to early access, then they forget that when they go to early access, they have to. It takes away from your pure development time because you have to like maintain now this released product.
That's right.
And like address all these other issues that other people are going to bring up, kind of on their schedule.
Yeah.
Because like the community is going to demand bug fixes and content at a different pace than your original development plan. That's no doubt.
Well, I got to give the guys credit because day one they got a bunch of feedback, obviously, and they've got a developer blog, and they put out and they said, okay, here's the feedback we're getting. We're going to fix this. We want to keep hearing your feedback. We want more. And it's like, okay, I respect that. I respect that, but whoever made the decision to go to early access, and I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but I just feel bad that they felt like they had to do that.
Yeah.
Because to me, it ruined the commercial success for the game.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
Everyone knows it's crap now.
Yeah, that's the thing, and now that's everyone's first impression, and you only get one chance to make a first impression.
You heard bad things, so you're not going to buy the game.
I'm not going to buy the thing until I hear an overwhelmingly good thing. You know what I mean? If in like a year everyone's like, oh no, yeah, that early access thing was a big mistake and they fixed it completely, I'll be like, okay, I'll shell out your $55.
Huge challenge to overcome.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
I think to me it looks like they've just taken the good 2D like isometric fake 3D thing from the first game and tried to go like full 3D next gen looking, The
3D's hard.
And it adds a whole bunch of difficulty to making especially a game where 3D space is so important, like with roller coasters. You have to really control the 3D space that those things occupy and stuff. It's like,
Exhibit A, first roller coaster I built, made everybody vomit.
yeah. And it's like, so when they had to do that for the game, I don't know. It's a big challenge. Like, power to them. Like, good luck, you guys. But
Yeah, no, I'm the
luck.
same way. It's like, okay, I want it to succeed. I do. I really do.
right, same. I want it to succeed as well because it is a roller coaster tycoon game, and those are always fun.
Yeah.
I hope this is not the exception to that.
I think one thing that they could add that would get me a little bit more behind the game is the scenarios. Like, listen, forget they did a campaign, scenarios, and a free play thing. Scrap that.
Okay.
Scrap that. Get rid of that. Do what Roller Coaster 1 did. Do
Where
it like
it's
that.
kind of just scenarios which are also your campaign.
Get one guy to tell him, listen, buddy, make a bunch of different terrains.
Yeah.
You know, textures, the different desert,
Your
mountain,
world guy.
you know, water. Do it all. Do this, and then just bam, list it with increasingly harder objectives each time.
Yeah.
Same as Roller Coaster Tycoon original. And
I agree.
that
That'd
way it's
be-
like, okay, you've
Sit
done that.
down.
That's what you're going to do. You sit down, you play the game. What's the
Yeah.
game like? Then you can fix the game.
Yeah.
Well,
That makes sense.
I hope
And
they
that-
listen.
That doesn't sound like it'd be that hard. I mean, it would take time, but it wouldn't be crazy.
Well, they got 2 years of early access to it. They got plenty of time.
Is that actually what they've said? 2 years?
No, they haven't said anything, but that's just how long I'm guessing they'll be in early access.
True. Let me quickly look up right now a competitor's game,
Yeah, find that.
Planet Coaster. Let's use that
Oh.
one as an example.
Is that out? Like, when's that come out?
I'm clicking the pre-order button. It doesn't seem to have a release date yet.
Oh, so it's on its way. Oh,
That's
and
true.
you know what?
We've got 3 development diaries. Honestly, this game looks better to me than Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Okay, and here it is. Here's the crux of it right here. So Stardew Valley
Okay.
does Harvest Moon well.
Yeah.
They sell hundreds of thousands of copies.
Yeah.
Roller
That
Coaster
guy's
Tycoon,
rich.
chance to do Roller Coaster Tycoon again well. They kind of mess it up.
Yeah.
Project Coaster, or what's it called?
Planet Coaster.
Planet Coaster, could come in and be that Stardew Valley
Yep.
and take
Could,
it
man.
over.
Could exactly do that. It could do what City Skylines did to SimCity, like just be the better version of that genre of game.
And you know what? If it's better, I'm going to play it. I feel bad I'm loyal to Roller Coaster Tycoon, but you were the best. You were the best. Don't let
Yep.
them take your title.
Oh man, I'm just trying to find. There was another one. I believe there is 3 roller coaster games coming out soon.
On the way.
On the way. So Planet Coaster is by Frontier Developments, who did Elite Dangerous,
Oh, really?
which is like, in my
Wow.
opinion, it's really fun space.
So
sim.
but you know they're going to do it well.
Right, like
But they're
should
gonna do it
have
3D.
the knowledge.
They're going to do
Yeah,
it 3D.
that'll be 3D as well.
And they might have the VR support for their coasters like we talked about.
Yeah, because they do have it for Elite Dangerous.
They do.
So yeah,
Look out.
that'd be so fun, man. Roller coasters in VR, come on, and building.
Well, they have
in VR,
roller
like-
coasters in VR, but you ride one you built yourself.
Yeah,
That would be incredible. All right. You know what? It's just depressing me talking about this Roller Coaster Tycoon.
fair enough.
I feel
Have you
bad.
done anything else this week?
I did a big thing this week. And this is really what I want to talk to you about because I feel like we're going to have differing opinions for sure.
Okay.
But maybe for the first time. It's not a good sign, Josh.
Uh-oh.
Drop your baki and gloves and meet me at center ice, bud. It's time for a slugfest. So I played and reviewed Hyper Light Drifter this week. Your Steam pick of last week. Great pick. Again, I got to commend you. Great pick.
Was it? I haven't played it yet.
So if you guys haven't seen my review, definitely go check out my review on yesguygaming.com. But
Where's the review?
yesguygaming.com.
Okay.
Or our YouTube channel where you're watching this video, if you're watching the video.
Yeah.
Sorry, no podcast reviews yet. Stay tuned. But this game is such an interesting game. If you guys haven't heard of this game, look it up. It's on the top Steam sales. Like, it's a really popular game. And I've looked up the reviews and the response to it, and it's kind of getting the same response that I'm feeling.
Yeah, I looked up the Steam reviews. as well, and they seem to be agreeing with your review.
I would guess that 60% of them, 70% of them would probably be 10 out of 10. Love it. Awesome game. And then there'd be that 40% who would go, this game's terrible.
Terrible.
Is my guess. That's what I would guess.
I don't know that I've seen any terrible things.
Well,
but I don't
sorry,
know.
let me rephrase. They like the game, but too frustrating to be worth it at all.
Right.
And that's my feeling on it. I was really impressed with Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes are a bit of a whirlwind. Like, you have no idea really what's going on. There's no dialogue. You've just got to absorb the pictures and the music and kind of try to piece together what's happening. And I guess because we talked about it last week, I was maybe expecting a little bit more story. Because we said, single player action RPG game, you got to expect some level of story. But it's much heavier on the action than it is on the RPG. There's almost no RPG elements in this game.
See, I don't know that I like that so much. Like, I love the action is important, but like having the action pay out into a benefit to my character.
But, like, the story and the progression are probably, in my opinion, the two weakest parts of the game.
Wow.
Which, well, because
you're rocking my world here, Garrett.
let me just put that in perspective.
Okay. So
the game looks and sounds amazing. It's a beautiful work of art, truly.
Okay, that's good. I like games that are works of art.
So and you're really going to enjoy this game. And the action and controls are crisp. They are on point. That was your maybe one worry. That is this really going to control like it looks, or is this just going to be no? Like, I was doing the stuff that they showed the guys doing in the preview. It's crisp, really well made game.
Okay.
And the lack of story and the lack of the progression, or the less importance on the story and progression, they're still there, but there's just less importance on them. I don't think that hurts the game that much.
Fair.
Because
like, some people put a lot of value on the story, but if that's not necessarily where they want you to put the value. Then...
Right. It wasn't as important for them. The progression I thought maybe would have been a bit more, but it didn't really matter because the add-ons you get, they help you. Don't get me wrong, they help you, but they're not like, you got to choose them. They're not. You're going to be doing the same things.
Fair.
But what really held the game back for me, and this is where I think we may be going to differ on opinion. I don't know how you're going to, but it was too difficult.
Right.
It was way too hard.
Yeah, I've heard. Like, have you ever played a Dark Souls game or anything?
No, and a lot of people are comparing them to those. I haven't played those. For a reason, it's not my type of game.
Same. I've also never played Dark Souls, and just because I don't think that I would like it. I don't know, because I've never played.
Right.
But
I don't know. But if it's anything like what this game is like, it's not going to be something I enjoy.
Like, difficulty-wise.
Yeah. Now, I get there's going to be people out there, and I said this in my review, they're going to go, well, Garrett, you're just terrible at the game. You just suck. Maybe I am bad. I don't know. I can't compare myself to other players.
Right.
I only know what I can do, and I feel like I'm trying to go through the game normal. And there's just a couple of quirks in the game that hold you back so much.
Hang on, have you beaten the whole game? Like, how long, do we know how long it is?
I probably went through 2/5 of the game.
Okay. Fair.
Because there's 4 sections, and then there's a final area.
Okay, cool.
So I went through 2 of the sections. When I got to the end of the second section, I got to the boss, and I couldn't beat him
at all. Like,
I got stuck.
You just got too frustrated eventually, and
I got too frustrated. I was like, I spent half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour on this boss. It's the same thing over again, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to leave and go do another section, and then maybe I get better and come back. Like, I'm just so frustrated with this game. I'm out. Like, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go back. No, it sucks because it's such a beautiful game.
Right, like, it looks great.
And the environments and the enemies are all so interesting and so beautiful. And
you just wish there was like a God mode, and then you could just run through and see the thing.
Not that the challenge of the game is what the problem is. Because the challenge of the game is what a lot of players, and the players who are giving it high praise, are going to love. They're going to love it. And It's just that there's a couple things that make it so that you get stuck.
Right.
Like, for example, so there's different waypoints where you can teleport to.
Mm-hmm.
And so say you teleport to one, it fills your health bar. You have 5 bars of health. The only way to replenish them without teleporting back to that waypoint is to use a health pack. And then it fills your health, okay? Pretty simple stuff. But there's a limited number of health packs. You can only carry 3, and there's not a ton lying around. So when you go through a section, you work hard. You know, battling through it's challenging and it's enjoyable. But say you scrape out a battle and then you have 1 health left.
Yeah.
You've got 1 health left, and then you get to the next area, and the next area is harder than the last, but you're starting with 1 health.
And there's no guarantee of a health pack in the immediate future.
There's no guarantee. There's no health pack there. There might be one after.
Right.
Who knows? But
that's tough.
So you have 1 health. So you try to beat it with 1 health. You die. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard game.
Yeah.
You respawn right before that new mob with 1 health.
Yeah, that sucks.
So it's like, okay, so do I teleport back and go through the whole area again?
And it like if you've cleared an area,
They respawn,
okay, that's
right? So
I mean, potentially you just get really good eventually.
well, you got to get really good because like the health thing and the thing that holds you back, and the enemies respawning to like punish you if you go back to get your health filled. Those 2 things really like make it so that the challenge is almost insurmountable.
That sucks.
It sucks.
I hope I don't have that similar gripe with the game, but I feel like because of what you're saying, I will.
You will.
Like,
No, I guarantee you will.
Yeah, because I don't consider myself like an elite gamer by any means, so I'm average. I'm also going to kind of suck.
You
at this game.
you might be better than me, and so you don't die as much, so it's not as big an issue, but you can't ignore it in this game.
Like you die a lot.
You die. You're going to die. You can't ignore it. Like it's there. You know, and the boss, I get to the boss, and the boss is OP.
Obviously.
I can't handle the boss. And I looked up how to beat him.
Yeah.
And he did it in like, I was like, watching, I spent an hour on this. I'm like, how the hell do I beat it? So I looked up, I watched a video of somebody beat it in like 30 seconds. I'm like, wow, I'm terrible. But what they did is they used an item that you get as a prize or something from another area.
Okay, like loot or whatever.
That I hadn't gotten yet. You know, you get a shotgun.
Okay.
That you just go up to the guy and use at close range, and each of the shots of the shotgun count as like 1 bullet of your normal gun.
Right.
So it's like you do 5 damage with that 1 shot.
Instead of 1.
You know, instead of 1. So he just went up, got real close to him, bam, shotgun. That was all he needed to do a few of those. I was like, I don't have that gun.
Yeah. So how would you have gotten that gun then? To like,
I'd have to go through the other section.
Oh, okay.
To get the gun, because there's no hand-holding. You can go any way you want.
Right. So there's.
So
okay, I get it.
The way I went, I guess, was bad. Was a poor way because I didn't have. I wasn't well enough equipped to take on that particular boss.
Oh, but you could have.
But I
like,
could have gone a
left that
different
area.
way and gotten.
Right.
You know, maybe there's an easier way to go through it. I don't know. It doesn't tell you.
I'm still gonna play it. I've already purchased it.
And
so
you should.
and
you should play it. That's the one thing that maybe I didn't get across well enough in my review is that it's a well-made game with 1 or 2 minor problems that hold it back a lot.
Do you think they could potentially patch that and add like give you 5 extra health?
If they added a difficulty slider,
okay,
the game could be an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Wow. There's no difficulty slider at all.
No.
See, that is tricky then.
Right. And that's the thing for me. It's like, okay, I get it. So this is going to be the exact skill level that's going to be perfect for some players. Maybe a lot of
like
players.
some people are going to be perfect at that game.
Maybe a lot of players are going to be like, it's the exact amount of challenge I need. Some people might think it's a bit easy. Maybe. You know, I thought it was hard. There are people who are going to be worse than me who go, I can't get out of the first area.
Yeah.
You know, without dying.
That's my dad, man. He loves the Uncharted series, like I mentioned earlier, but he says like sometimes he'll be stuck at a spot and he'll go watch a reviewer or like someone online who beats that area, and he's just like blown away at how easy that person made it seem. And he's like, struggling to get one kill.
Yeah, well, and
But,
that's how I felt.
Yeah, like you struggled for, you said, an hour to beat a boss,
Yeah.
and then you just go watch a guy do it in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, all right.
Well, and there's just areas. So you enter an area, and there's 10 enemies in the area. It's a tight little zone. 10 enemies, and they all have ranged attacks.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm so screwed. How do I do this? But you've got to use your dodge.
Yeah.
You can avoid them and get up and get
Oh,
close.
that's tricky.
And so you can get really good. And I'm sure there's a learning curve, but it was so difficult so early that I was just scraping by.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mentioned that in my review. If you added a difficulty slider, and I looked for one. If there's one in the game, it's hidden. I looked for it because I needed it.
Let us know. If there is a difficulty slider, let us know and disregard this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Or disregard my review if there's a difficulty slider. I couldn't find. There's not many options. It's not. There's not a lot in there.
Right.
But that would change the game huge. Or let you the enemies don't respawn.
So you can go back through areas and get your health.
So you can go fill your health. So when you attack a fresh mob, you'll have 5 health. So it's still challenging, but you'll start with 5 health instead of 1 maybe, or 2, or whatever.
Have you ever played Transistor?
Never.
Okay, because I feel like Hyper Light Drifter it looks at least similar to me in that vein that...
Oh yeah,
to
no,
me-
I saw a couple people mention that similarity.
Yeah, because to me, Transistor was difficult, even though it had like pausable real-time combat,
Yeah.
and you could like plan your moves and stuff. It was still a difficult combat game. Like I would win combat scenarios with like a little tiny bit of health, and then not get any more health until I would at least kill one person in the next combat scenario,
Right.
which was always a challenge because I had no freaking health.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so I'm thinking it's similar to that. So maybe check out Transistor because it's probably a bit easier than Hyper Light Drifter. So I don't know. Also, Transistor would be a great game for you to review. Just saying, but it's a bit old now.
Wow, maybe I'll go check it out. And I was a little bit harsh with Hyper Light Drifter, but I think I was fair. I mean, I don't know.
Sometimes you have to be controversial, right?
That's why I did it. Maybe I just gave a little bit of a controversial verdict just to get the views. It's not working out.
Not yet, man.
No, I'm just kidding. Not yet, man. But we have to say, our last episode, most watched video ever on Yes Guy Gaming.
And it's 47 minutes long.
And it's all because of you. All because of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We got a big boost in subscribers from that. We went from 16 to 20.
Yo, that's 4 in like one video. That's
Mind
nuts, eh?
blown. We're moving up in the world, Josh. You prepare yourself.
So now when we say listeners now, we really truly mean like there are listeners.
So now
You
when I
people.
say the two of you out there who listen to this whole thing, thank you so much. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, if you make it to the end of the podcast, you're the real MVP.
You get these nuggets of just pure gold. Just love it. Well,
So
Josh,
is that it then for today?
that's it for today.
Cool.
I thank the viewers for watching. I'll thank them again. Josh, I got to thank you for being here.
Oh, no, thanks for having me, man. This is always fun. Like, let's do this again.
We definitely will. We always do.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for watching again. I can't thank you enough. Maybe I'm thanking you too much. Okay? No, stop. Stop watching. No, I'm just kidding. Keep watching.
Please keep watching.
If you like what you see, if you like video games, definitely check out our YouTube channel or our iTunes section. Subscribe, like, comment, tell us all your feedback on both of those. We really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next time on video games,
Yeah, next time.